I'm Beni Hennessy. I'm here at Asociación Armonia's Barba Azul Nature Reserve. This is a reserve we created to protect the blue-throated macaw. So I'm here in the end of April, which is pretty much the end of the rainy season. So I've just come out of the closed forest where there are black howler monkeys singing, and now walking along the Cerrado trail. The goal is to see if we can see the blue-throated macaw today. Here we have the lineated woodpecker. The lineated sort of adapted to come out of forest areas. It can go through bushes, isolated trees, and it's calling actually. They do this loud knocking song. So the lineated woodpecker does one sort of a brrr, whereas the crimson crested does a tuck brrr. And that's like a song for their territory area. Here we have the chestnut-eared Adasat. So many Adasatis are closed forest species, and this is one that will travel out of the forest, travel between forest islands. You'll see them flying over savanna areas. It has quite a wide distribution in South America. So, okay, I can hear blue-throated macaws up ahead. So, in the more open areas, you get the species that are adapted to pure savanna. The most common is the Grassland Sparrow. Grassland Sparrow's song is sort of indicative of the tropical savanna, and it has that song type that's very particular to open grass areas. It passes well through the area. This is the most common species you find in large areas of grassland. Sort of savanna species, the peach-fronted parakeet. So you get different parakeets in the reserve. The peach-fronted is the savanna parakeet. You never would see it in a closed forest. They're usually traveling in groups of two, not terribly vocal, and will forage through these kind of cerrado trees here. Here we have the blue-throated macaw. This is my favorite spot to try to see them. You sort of have lower trees and they're easier to see and film. We've counted now in Bolivia about 450 birds. We have probably around 150 that come to Barba Azul Nature Reserve every year. They're not breeding in the reserve yet, but they come here to pass the winter time out of breeding season, foraging on the motoku palm fruits and roosting in our forest islands, a safe place to stay. And every year we're seeing that the population is increasing because we're seeing parents arriving with chicks and feeding chicks and teaching chicks that the Barba Azul Nature Reserve is a safe place where they can come and eat. So that's an example of some of the cerrado species you can see at Barba Azul Nature Reserve. There are other habitats here, tall forests, forest islands, the gallery forest, marshes, rivers, savanna. Each one have species that are adapted to that type of habit. There are about 360 species that are known in Barba Azul Nature Reserve, including austral migrants that come up in Bolivia's winter from June to July, buff-breasted sandpipers that migrate through from September to October, and blue-throated macaws, large groups of blue-throated macaws that are here from in groups of April to October. We have cabins, we have facilities here. We are open year-round, and your visiting helps support our conservation of the area.